Hi everybody, it's Cathryn from In the Pink Designs. My project today is kind of a fold over top box. The closure is actually on the circle that has the embellishment on it. It opens very easily with a Velcro dot. Opens like this. I have a Twizzlers, pack of M&Ms, and a Kit Kat. And you could probably fit one more Kit Kat in there also. The box measures 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 by 1. Alrighty, and I'm using the Friendly Gnomes stamp set. The dies sold out. They were in the holiday catalog in the fall, and then they just carried them over till they were sold out to go with the stamp set. Now I made this circle big enough so that if you don't have the dies, you can just make this circle basic white and stamp him right on the circle. Okay, so I also used the layering circle dies, Regency Park Designer Series paper, and this is Country Gingham Designer Series paper. All right, and what we need for this project is a piece of Balmy blue that is 9 1/4 by 7 1/4, some basic white for stamping. We need, out of the Country Gingham paper, we need a circle that is about 2 1/2 and a scallop circle from Night of Navy DSP that is about 2 5/8. Okay, we need 4 pieces of the 2 different DSPs that are 1 3/4 by 3. Now you can use the other side of this one, but this one to me kind of looks like snowfall at night, and I was more looking for a spring, so I pulled in the Gingham Cottage DSP. Okay, so all 4 of these are 1 3/4 by 3. And then we need 6 that are 3 by 3/4, 4 of the Regency Park that go around the outside here, and then 2 that go on the inside right here, and 2 of the Country Gingham that go on inside here. All right, so there's DSP everywhere. If you want to just put it on the outside, and you don't have to put anything on the inside at all. All right, so let me get my Simply Scored. This is my host code. If you're going to spend anything under $150, please put that in. Okay, and we're going to start on the 9 1/4 inch side. And we're going to score at 2, 3, 6 1/4, and 7 1/4. Then we're going to turn it to the 7 1/4 inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 2, 5 1/4, and 6 1/4. And now I'm going to fold and burnish all of the score lines. Thank you everybody who bought my kit, the Playing in the Rain kit I made. That is sold out. I do have just a few carrots, I think 3 or 4 carrots left. They're $4 each if anyone is interested, plus shipping. Now, how we have this sitting is, it can go either way in the landscape because it is symmetrical on both sides. So there is a 2-inch strip on either side and a 1-inch strip on the top and the bottom. And this is what we're going to do. Okay. All right, so we're going to start on the left-hand side, go to the first score line, cut it to the second score line. I'm going to get rid of these 2 rectangles. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of that bottom square, and wedge both sides of the top one. Go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line. We're going to get rid of the square that's on the bottom and wedge each side of the one that's left. And then we're going to get rid of these two rectangles. Okay. And then we're just going to do the same exact thing to the other side. So we'll just turn it around. Start on the left again. Go to the first score line. Cut it to the second score line. And get rid of these two rectangles. Go to the next score line. Cut it to the second score line. Get rid of the square on the bottom. And wedge each side of the square that's left on top. We're going to leave these two rectangles alone. So we're going to go to the next score line, cut it to the second score line, next score line, cut it to the second score line, get rid of this square on the bottom, and wedge each side of the square that's left. And then we're going to get rid of these last two rectangles. And that's what your cardstock should look like after you're done scoring and cutting. Okay, now we're going to start on the left side, and we're going to put liquid glue on the two tabs over here, okay? And we're going to take the score line on that tab and match it up with this inner rectangle here. Just like that. Same on the other side. The score line matches up with the inner rectangle. Okay, and then we're going to go on the other side and put glue on these tabs and connect it to the other side of the exact same rectangle. Let me hold this one first. Okay, and we have to just kind of lift this one up and put it inside. And then that's your box. These two fold in, and then that closes like that. Okay, now we're going to put the two pieces that are 1 3/4 by 3 on these top outside flaps, and put the other ones of the gingham, country gingham, inside that are 1 3/4 and by 3. And I'm going to use liquid glue. Okay, and then we have total 8 pieces that are 3 by 3/4, okay? 6 of the Regency Park and 2 of the Cottage Gingham. The Regency Park are going to go around all 4 sides and then on the inside top of these flaps. The other Gingham Cottage are going on the inside of these flaps. Okay, and I'm going to do all of that with liquid glue too, also. Okay, and that is all of the DSP on. All right, so let's let that dry a minute, and we're going to do our stamping. And we need the gnome, the spring is everywhere sentiment, and the little bird. And we're going to use Tuxedo Black Ink. So first I'll do the gnome. And then the little bird. Now the bird does not have a, the bird does not have a die. Oh my goodness, I'm struggling here. Over here. There we go. And then the sentiment, we're just going to cut out by hand, so it doesn't matter where we put that. All right. Okay, and I'm going to cut the gnome out with the die. You could either fussy cut it, or as I said before, you can use a basic white circle and just stamp the gnome right on the circle. All right, and I'll be right back. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some Stampin Blends. First, we're going to do the hat with light balmy blue. And then the shirt with dark Balmy blue. And then also the pants with dark Balmy blue, but I'm going to go over the pants twice, and it gives it a little bit darker look than the shirt. Okay. Then I'm going to take just a little bit of light Flirty Flamingo and put it on the top part of his nose. Oh, I got him over. That's all right. And then I'm going to blend out his nose with light Petal Pink, and I'm going to do his face also with light Petal Pink. All right, for his beard, I'm going to be using light Smoky Slate. Okay, oops, I forgot with light Petal Pink, I'm going to do his hands also. Okay. And then dark Smoky Slate for his shoes. And for inside the middle of the flowers, I'm going to put dark Daffodil Delight. And I'm going to leave the flowers white. You could color them in if you want to, but I wanted to leave them white to stand out a little bit. Okay, and now on the bird, I'm going to do the bird light Daffodil Delight. And then the beak with dark Pumpkin Pie. Alright, and then that's it for the coloring. Now I'm just gonna fussy cut the bird out. Alright. Now we need our 2 circles. Remember the Gingham Cottage is 2½ about, and the Night of Navy is 2 3/8. And I'm just going to attach those together. Okay. And then how I'm going to put this down is I'm going to put this on the front, and I'm going to center it how I like it. First, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to have these be like X's on this pattern here. Alright, that's about how I like it. And I'm just going to take a pencil and run them right next to these here. Okay, and then I'm going to take this off and lay down the side that has the mark on it. And just in your head, think about how far I'm going to put, oops, wait, I have to have this the right way. There we go. Not past this point do we want glue. Okay, and then lay your box down with the side open on the ground, on the pad again, and just line up your little edges. Okay, and then when you close it, it'll look just like that. Alright, I'm going to give that time before we put some Velcro dots. I just want it to dry up. Alright, so we're going to put the gnome right in the middle, and I'm going to use some dimensionals. And I'm just going to put him right in the center. I'm just going to put a mini dimensional or 2 on the bird. Alright, I'm going to put 1 up there, and hopefully we should have room for 1 more. Alright, oops, this one. And I'm just going to put him right down here on the lower left. Okay, now this is nice and done. I'm going to get 2 of the low profile adhesive Velcro dots. And I'm going to put 1 on the back of my circle. And the other one on it with the adhesive up. Okay, and then make sure both of your sides are nice and even, and then give that a little push. And gently open that. Okay, and then just reinforce the closure on that. Okay. Okay, now for the sentiment. You can just put it together, but I think, well, let's see. Yeah, I think I'll leave it together this time. And I'm just going to put it right there. Or you could cut the words apart and put them separate. All right. Then we're going to use some Balmy blue variegated ribbon. And we're just going to tie a bow. Okay. And then we're going to take 2 glue dots and some liquid glue and attach the bow right over there. All right. And then I'm going to take some Wink of Stella and put it on the gnome's hat. And for the final touch, I'm going to put some of the Fun Flowers resin shapes. And I'm going to be using these yellow ones, which I guess they're crushed curry. But I don't, yeah, I guess they're crushed curry. But they kind of look Daffodil Delighty to me. So I'm just going to put a large one down here. A small one up there, and another small one above the bird right here. And that's it. If you have any questions, my email is below, along with the links to my Stampin' Up shop and my blog that has all the measurements written out. Alrighty, please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great night. Bye.